Take a look out the window. Spirit goes up as the rain falls down. I've been sailing on the wrong course. Keeping it together like I did before. Think that I said this a few times. Even with that, has it ever felt right? I swear that this has happened every moment. Can I just be honest? I was only wondering if maybe we could take it to a different conversation. Things will get uncomfortable, but only if we make it. I just wanna say that, but you'd rather take it all back. Although you are sunlight, you stay in the shade. I'm dancing in a corner just to get a space, cause I wanna believe that. I get lost, you go with your day. Slowly getting closer, but you're moving away. I know it's just a recap, but I'm sure you'll never see that. Rather take it all back. Maybe it's time to get home. Think that it's going a little too far, even after all the white noise. Oh, I still wanted to restart. Give what you're taking my time. It feels like I'm patiently waiting in line. So can we ever have another moment? Can you just be honest? I was only wondering if maybe we can take it to a different conversation. Things are getting comfortable, but only if we make it. I just wanna say that. Still, you'd rather take it all back. Although you are sunlight, you stay in the shade. I'm dancing in a corner just to get a space, cause I wanna believe that. I get lost, you go with your day. Slowly getting closer, but you're moving away. I know it's just a recap, but I'm sure you'll never see that. Rather take it all back, cause I'm sure you'll never see that. Rather take it all back. Oh, I'm sure you'll never see that. Rather take it all back. Cause I'm sure you'll never see that. Rather take it all back. For you are sunlight, you stay in the shade. Dancing in a corner just to get space, cause I wanna believe that. I get lost, you go with your day. Slowly getting closer, but you're moving away. I know it's just a recap, but I'm sure you'll never see that. Rather take it all back.
これってヤシの実ですか？あ、でっかい。こんなでっかいのもある。
ここにもなってます。見えますか？
あ、そうなんですか？
この前のやつ。
あ、本当だ本当だ。
あれがだんだん大きくなります。
あ、なるほど。
めっちゃ上手、写真。すごい上手。写真撮るの。
ここお花見て、お姉さんがお花見てって。かわいい。
もう写真。
涼しい、気持ちいい。あっちだって、まっすぐコーラルウィングだって。 入ります。いやー、かわいいじゃん。あ、部屋いいね。この何タイプだっけ？わー、めっちゃかわいい。
あ、トイレまた見えた。
ほんとだ。
最高。
この花かわいくない？バルコニーいいじゃん。やばい。そういうことね。3日分こう入れてくれたんだ。
でかかったもん。
黒い蝶々だったよ。
めっちゃでかいの。蜂とか
うん。
でかい。
本当だ。
When I first met you then, I knew nothing. You were just sitting on the couch without a jacket. We didn't say a word. Who really thought that this would happen? The more we got to spend, my feelings growing. I didn't think I'd be attracted to your type, boy. The summer when we kissed, beginning of our secret love. Baby, you got me going around you. I can't resist myself, cause I just need you here. The way you pull me in, your summer cologne's got me free. Summer cologne's got me falling to my knees. I don't need much, baby. I just need you right here next to me. Yeah. You wrap your arms around me, my heart begins to stutter, my words are beating. The night that you had left me, I was so obsessed with thinking. When you confess your feelings, you ask me how I feel. I said I feel lonely without you by my side. Don't need a reason why. Baby, you got me going all around you. I can't resist myself, cause I just need you. Cause I just need you. The way you pull me in. Your summer cologne's got me free. Summer cologne's got me falling to my knees. I don't need much, baby. I just need you right here next to me. Summer cologne's got me free. Summer cologne's got me falling to my knees. I don't need much, baby. I just need you right here next to me, yeah.
あ、わかりました。
お早めにどうぞ。
はい、ありがとうございます。
ではマンゴージュースとシークワーサー。
マンゴージュースかな。
ハロー、ありがとう。プリンとか置くんじゃない？
ありがとう。もう食べていいの？
開けて。お皿開けて。
ねえ、ハル。
彼も食べますか？
ありがとう
ホタテ。
ハルが、
うんと。エビ？
でっかいエビだからさ。
コーギは？
あ、パパのお尻の下に。
やってみなよ。
もう食べていいよね。いただきます。春菜もうあとちょっとだって。そうだって。二人泳げるの？
何してんだろう、ここで。生まれたの？
おはようございます。
あ
わだよ。
ー、が？
プリキュア。
プリキュアはね、あね。 ついたじゃん。よ
カラカラカラカラカラカラ
りもうちょっともちもち感が少し抜けた感じが感じられるので、もっとさらに抜けた。
いいね
すごい。
すごいねすいませんありがとうございます
かぼちゃの天ぷらだって。
すごいうんこれた優しい
ありがとうございます。ね、
いただきます
ありがとうございます。美味しそう。
あもう普通に暑いねもう9時半でわあほんと綺麗よいしょわあ
捕まるかパパママと手つないでいく4歳ねすごいやんか
お4歳なのわあ綺麗
Blow me out like a broken flame. Oh, waking up from night. No, we ain't gotta know your name. No, we ain't gotta know yeah. Broken flame. Oh, waking up from night. No, we ain't gotta know your name. No, we ain't gotta know yeah. I don't feel the best that a week inside. Oh, again when we don't play. Couldn't anybody reach you? Now, broken flame. Oh, waking up for mine. No, we ain't gotta know your name. No, we ain't gotta know your name. Blow me out like a broken flame. Oh, waking up for mine. No, we ain't gotta know your name. No, we ain't gotta know yeah. Broken flame. Oh, waking up for mine. No, we ain't gotta know your name. No, we ain't gotta know yeah. Just want all of the attention. Smelling everybody's mention. Scroll through the pages. Looking for a blame like should've been me. Yeah, should've been me. Should've been me. Yeah, should've been me. Should've been me. Yeah, should've been me. Should've been me. Should've been me. Throw me out like a broken flame. Oh, waking up for mine. No, we ain't gotta know your name. No, we ain't gotta know yeah. Broken flame. Oh, waking up for mine. No, we ain't gotta know your name. No, we ain't gotta know yeah. Broken flame. Oh,
そばが2000円なのすごいね。あー涼しい。綺麗。
いる？いらない？いらない？このさ、ムニムニのハーフやわ。これ。いる？
そんな言い方やめて。
そらちゃんがタッチしてる。
ありがとうございます。なんだよ。
見て、乾かしてる。洗濯みたいに。
はい、お待たせしました。どうぞ。はい。今日が暑いからだと思うよ。わあ、海めっちゃ綺麗。やろう。